Hey, Ronnie.
Hello.
You know what one of the most popular segments we do is?
I do.
What is it?
Men-tertainment.
It's next on Men Are So Smart. Well, we got some sad news this week.
It's bad.
Temptations lead singer Dennis Edwards dead at the age of 74. And boy, haven't we lost some legends in the last few months.
Wow, it's a bad year.
Dennis Edwards, who joined the Temptations in 1968 and sang on a string of the group's hits, including I Can't Get Next to You, Ball of Confusion, Papa Was a Rolling Stone.
That's my favorite.
In an initial tenure that stretched to 1977, has died. His family confirmed the news to CBS, saying he was in Chicago at the time of his death, though did not disclose a cause of death. He was 74.
Yeah, Edwards was born February 3rd, 43 in Birmingham, Alabama, and was singing in the Contours prior to the
Do
Temptations.
you love me? Do you love me?
Is that the Contours?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. He joined the Temptations, or joined the Soul Hit Makers when the group fired David Ruffin.
Yeah, it was a big to-do there.
Yeah, he brought a fresh vivacity to the group's sound, a bit of a grit to replace Ruffin's smooth falsetto.
The group adopted a little more of a bluesy souls rock sound and began writing lyrics that spoke to more of the social issues of the time. And it scored an immediate hit with the Sly Stone-like Cloud 9. That was a great song.
Yeah. Yep.
Edwards' lineup of the Temptations then enjoyed a tenure in the upper echelons of the R&B and pop charts for the next few years, scoring crossover hits with Runaway Child, Running Wild, Don't Let the Joneses Get You Down, which is another great deep cut, and Psychedelic Shack and Ball of Confusion. That's what the world is today.
Although the group continued to score top 10 R&B hits toward the end of Edwards' tenure, they scored less in pop charts, top 30. Nevertheless, they were selling albums, and every album of new material that they put out through 76 reached the album's chart, top 40, and many made it into the top.
Paul Simon has announced a show titled Homeward Bound, The Farewell Performance in London. The name of the 76-year-old singer-songwriter's rare one-off concert indicates it may be his very last. Joined by special guest James Taylor and his all-star band, along with Bonnie Raitt.
The Central London Festival has become known for veteran artists staging farewell or greatest hit shows, such as Lionel Richie, Phil Collins, Carole King, and Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Simon now seldom performs shows. He's been quoted in 2016 as saying he was thinking of retiring after his last tour.
Simon's surprise appearance comes as other musicians line up shows that may be their last before retirement from touring. Eric Clapton is also to perform at the British Summertime Series this season. Separately, Elton John is lining up a worldwide farewell tour, which he will have a stop here in Sacramento, California,
Yes,
where
he will
broadcast from.
Yep.
His first solo performance in the UK was at Brentwood Railway Hotel Folk Club in 1964.
Wow.
I was 5 and you were 7, huh?
Yeah, yep.
That's where he famously wrote Homeward Bound on a Northern England rail station platform during a tour of UK folk clubs in 65. As an unknown singer before Simon and Garfunkel scored their first hit, he played 6 sold-out shows at Royal Albert Hall in 87, performing his Grammy Award-winning album Graceland, which I think I played so much I went through 2 CDs. Honest to God.
Yep. I mean, he is amazing. He's been nominated for 35 and won 16 Grammy Awards, and is a recipient of the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. That was back in 2003. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a solo artist in 2001, performed at the Glastonbury Festival in 2011, and released a 13th solo studio album, Stranger to Stranger, in 2016. He has sold more than 50 million albums.
To me alone.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
I don't think they call them albums anymore, though.
Well, yeah, they kind of do.
I think they have to call them something.
Yeah. Collection.
Yes.
Jim Carey has been cleared of any wrongdoing In a lawsuit following the apparent suicide of his ex-girlfriend, Catriona White, Mark Burton, White's husband, and her mother, Bridget Sweetman, sued Carey, blaming him for her death by drug overdose in 2015.
Yeah, they alleged that White contracted multiple sexually transmitted diseases from Carey, the distress of which had contributed to her suicide. They also claimed that he obtained for her the illegal drugs which she used to take her own life.
The suit alleged that Carey gave her drugs despite the fact that he knew full well that Ms. White was ill-equipped to ingest and manage highly addictive prescription drugs outside the care of a licensed physician, was prone to depression, and had previously attempted to take her own life.
Yeah, however, Carey countersued Burton and Sweetman, claiming that White had tried to extort him, threatening to go to the press with the STD allegations.
According to the Hollywood Reporter, the case has now been dismissed. As part of said case, Carey's attorney Raymond Bosher had claimed that a document from 2011, which appeared to show White's STD test results were clear prior to her meeting Carey, was forged.
Uh-oh. Yeah, reps for Carey said that while the actor did not wish to comment on the matter, he is looking forward to moving on with his life. That's probably the classiest thing to do, is just leave it. White, who was from County Tipperary, was a stylist and makeup artist who had dated Carey on and off from 2012 to 2015. She married Burton following her relationship with Carey. She was found dead at her home in Los Angeles on September 28th, 2015.
He said, she said.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, she's not here to say it.
Yeah, it's ugly.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson says his mom attempted suicide when he was 15. The 45-year-old actor opened up on Instagram about a particularly tough scene he had to shoot for the HBO show called Ballers. Sharing a photo of himself on a set at a gravesite, Johnson got candid about the scene and its effect on him.
Yeah, not your typical scene at our comedy, Ballers. I cracked a beer toasting my brother, William, who committed suicide, he wrote Friday morning. Got me thinking about how many of us have been affected by suicide of our friends and family. Struggle and pain is real. We've all been there on some level or another.
Johnson went on to share his own terrifying story about his mom. My mom tried to check out when I was 15, he wrote. She got out of the car on Interstate 65 in Nashville and walked into oncoming traffic. Big rigs, cars were swerving out of the way to not hit her.
He noted that he was the one who saved his mom's life, adding, "I grabbed her and pulled her back on the gravel shoulder of the road. What's crazy about that suicide attempt to this day, she has no recollection of it whatsoever. Probably best that she doesn't." The actor noted that he didn't enjoy filming the scene, but added that it was his duty to shed light on the suicide and the pain it brings.
Well, it ends the pain for the person, but furthers the pain for the people left behind.
You know, we just right before Christmas, so just a couple months ago, one of the teachers at the school that I do some work at committed suicide. And I loved this guy. He was very bright and witty, and plus he played for a national championship. Won a college national championship in football. I won't name the team, but he was quite an accomplished sports guy, and I tend to kind of gravitate to people like that. They have accomplished something that, very few other people have ever done. He was just a good guy, and so, but you never know what's going on in somebody else's life. It's just, the timing is remarkably bad. He has young children. It was right before Christmas. He was kind of just starting to go through a divorce, which I'm sure weighed pretty heavily on him.
Yeah.
But, man, I got to tell you that you'll make it through everything.
And you know what? If you need help, you don't have friends, you don't have family, and that may seem like the case, suicide prevention.
Yeah.
Please call them. They will help you. it's not the end of your problems. Trust me.
Yeah.
It just causes more problems. So, from one sad Carey news story to another positive Carey story, another Carey, Drew Carey, is engaged.
Imagine that.
The Price is Right host and his girlfriend, Dr. Amy Harwick, are readying to tie the knot, People confirms.
Last July, Carey, who's 59, I can't even imagine that,
Wow.
shared a sweet smiling photo of the couple to Instagram with the caption, "The face of a lottery winner."
Attaboy.
Dr. Harwick is a licensed marriage and family therapist and the author of the New Sex Bible for Women.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, according to her personal website, she attended Cal Poly University in Pomona, where she earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology. Later, she earned her master's degree from Pepperdine University in California. A couple of really lowly ranked schools.
Yeah. Hey, let anybody in there.
Yeah. And her emphasis was on marriage and family therapy.
Of course it was.
She also lists herself as Doctor of Human Sexuality.
She got that from me. Yeah, that's what I have on my business cards. Doctor of Human Sexuality.
God, you know what? I remember Drew Carey remember when his
Yes.
show came out?
I remember before that when he was like on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson
boy.
and first did his little nerdy shtick that he used to do.
God, that
You know?
was, and his show was hilarious. Mimi,
Yeah.
his sidekick on that show.
Yeah.
Wow, that was really, really a great show. And some of the people, there are still people from that show that have branched off into other
Yeah.
things, and they're wildly popular. It really did. I think it launched
Craig Ferguson.
I cannot think of this man's name.
Oh, the tall guy from Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Him also.
Ryan somebody?
Yeah, but then also the guy who played Jethro on Beverly Hillbillies.
Max Baer.
Yeah, but on the more recent release of
sorry.
Beverly Hillbillies.
Sorry.
He's on American Housewife.
Okay.
He's the husband on American Housewife. A lot of really successful careers have launched from that show. Not to mention Drew Carey's career itself.
Well, I can tell you that both of us, in fact, are older than The Price is Right.
Yes.
By a few years.
Yeah.
But I remember that I was going through puberty when The Price is Right was on.
Yeah.
And I would, in the summertime, I would not miss it because the Showcase Showdown would always have one of the Price is Right girls in a bikini by a boat.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
and the way they did the whole this thing, and wow, it's very.
See, that's it, Ronnie. Do it with me here. There you go.
I think I got it.
That's going to translate well on the radio.
Yeah, that's good radio stuff right there.
All right. When Bob Barker retired, I really didn't think there was going to be anybody that could possibly replace him. He was legendary, and it was his show. But I must say, though I don't see it all too regularly, Drew Carey is so terrific with the contestants.
Did you see the show recently where the woman jumped up on stage and like bear hugged him and knocked him to the ground?
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Oh wow, and it was a nasty fall. He fell like right on his hip on the side of the stage.
And he's 59.
Yeah, and he's 59, and had it not been for a bank of lights, he probably would have fallen off the stage. Yeah. So contestants, please control yourself.
Yeah. Of course, he did it with Bob, too.
I'm sure, yes. Yeah.
Bob used to run away from them. I remember that.
Or if you got too
And
close,
they
he would
chase
knock him out. And he'd uppercut him. Oh, wait, that's a different movie.
Yeah, that's a movie. All right, so good luck and best wishes to Drew Carey and his future bride. I'm sure they'll be very, very happy together. That'll wrap up another episode of Men Are So Smart and Men-tertainment. If you'd like any more information on our show, we would love to provide you with it. It's below in the description. Although you won't see that if you're listening on the radio.
Yes.
I'll edit all this out.
Don't bother looking for it if you're on the radio.
Yeah, and everybody's going, why do they keep talking about radio? Well, it's because we also broadcast on TikiManRadio.com network.
Yep.
And we're on at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern on that network, TikiManRadio.com. So you can hear us there.
Or you can do what I do.
Yeah.
I downloaded the app on my phone. One click, boom, it's on.
I will do that as we wrap up here today. In fact, you know what? Do it, Ronnie. Do
Yep,
it.
right there.
Oh, wait. Yeah, you can do that. Just don't play it. We can't play it.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
I'm going to have to edit that out.
Half a second. Half a second.
That's all you need. It's all you need with YouTube. They won't let you have that. All right. Information is below, right down here like this. And we'll see you next time on Men Are So Smart.
Bye-bye.
Bye.